Racing, you wanted the best, you got them.
The call to the battle.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them four abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Good evening, race fans from USA International Speedway for the Sprint Clash, week number 3 of the 305 Outlaw Series. They're out there on hot lap session right now, and top of that first 6 cars out there was Sean Stevens with the fastest time in that first hot lap session at a 20.12 for Sean Stevens. I'm your host today, Ryan Griffith. I've got pit reporter Byron Gay alongside with me. We also have our race control, Chris Miller, and our officials tonight, Josh Perkey and Larry Bell. Last week we seen some exciting racing at Cedar Lake Speedway, but this week we're at USA International, and then we'll take off to Limaland Speedway right there in Ohio on March the 13th. That'll be our next stop. Right now, as the points look, you've got Clayton Tilley on top by 1 point. Right behind him, Randy Strees in that number 2 spot. Number 3 spot, Jason Randolph, just 13 points back. And then Sean Stevens in that 4th position. In that 5th position, Brandon Surr is your top 5. From there on out, Brandon Boyles, Jeff Flero, PJ Popham, Tyler Street, and Zach Dystra to round out the top 10. You see now, Ross Kaiser is on top of the leaderboard as they start getting this second wave of the hot laps out there.
At a new quick time, Ryan. Troy Flero going faster than Ross Kaiser now.
On top of the leaderboard now, you've got Troy Flero, the number 3, King Troy Flero, the second, going faster than Ross Kaiser. There's what Byron Gay was giving us a report there down in the pits. Stephen Vogelsong in that 3rd spot. He was also faster than Sean Stevens that was out in that first practice session. We'll have one more group to go out, and that last group will include the likes of Clayton Tilley, Coulter West, Brandon Surratt, Gavin Chatham, Larry Bell, Benjamin Ward, Jason Randolph, Jason Haynes, Brian Wax, and Jeff Flero in the final practice session of the night. Lucky qualifier number 1 is going to be a Season 4 champion, Jason Randolph. He'll be your first guy that'll get out there and try to set quick time on the night and try to set himself up to win tonight here at USA International. Last week we seen the pro driver of Clayton Tilley getting it done. Folks, if you're over on the YouTube channel or if you're over on Facebook, make sure you go over to YouTube and make sure that you hit the subscribe button from there, as that is where we'll be starting to broadcast all of the races right from YouTube. This is the last show that we will carry on Facebook's platform, as in the future we will have another platform where you'll be able to watch all of Dirt Eye TV racing that is going to be spectacular. That next wave of cars are out on the speedway turning hot laps now. And Clayton Tilley has yet to go out onto the track as of now. But out of this group, Jeff Flaro is the fastest out of this group, and he is sitting 5th quick right now in that 00. That's Jeff Flaro, and his son Troy Flaro just above there in that first spot. And that time of a 20.03 was what was turned in by Troy Flaro. Be interesting to see what Clayton Tilley is able to turn, as he's out there now turning some laps on the top side of the raceway to see what kind of lap times he's turns. And he just puts it down a time, and it's 4th quick right now in Hot Lap session. He is now the fastest driver in this session in group number 3. Soon as this group is done, we will kick it right on over into qualifying tonight. This is week number 3 of the 305 Outlaws series. We'll be back here in just a few moments. Welcome back, race fans, to USA International Speedway. We're about ready to get you set for qualifying as Hot Lap Sessions has concluded, with King Troy Flaro the second on top of the leaderboard in Hot Lap Session. When you look at Troy Flaro and where he's going to be qualifying, well, he didn't have a very good qualifying pill, as he will be second to last to qualify. Oh boy, that's going to be tough. Qualify back there in the back of the pack, as Jason Randolph has the number 1 pill spot, and he'll be the first driver out there. As you've seen, he was number 7 in Hot Lap Session, and he will be the first guy out onto the speedway tonight. As always, thank you to our sponsors, the G&R Drywall. They're on Facebook. You can check them out there. They are a professional drywall, whether it's a new construction or a small remodel. G&R Drywall can help you get it done. Check them out on Facebook at G&R Drywall. As we are getting you set for qualifying now, as it has kicked over, and your first driver out there is going to be that 47 machine. As we'll get you set for him. He'll be your first car out there on the speedway. And you'll see him out there now. And he's an ABR setup shop, a Firm Motorsports from Des Moines, Iowa. That's the 47 of Jason Randolph. That is for Season 4 champion in that 47 machine. Looking for a quick time here on his first lap. Down the backstretch he goes in turns number 3 and 4 to score his first lap of the night. His first lap's going to be a 20.34 for Jason Randolph. Jason Randolph still looking for his first win, has had very good success, really good in the power rankings right now, and very well in the points as well. This second lap will be a little bit slower, and he will be on top of the leaderboard right now with being the single car out there in that 47 machine. Next car out on the speedway is a Wrap and Stitch Finish Line Repair, One Wish Foundation, Red Line Race Design, ABR Setup Shop, and LGR Motorsports from Gillette, Wyoming. That's the 10 car of Coulter West. And Coulter West in that 10 car, looking for his top 5 of the season. And first lap is going to be quick time, and he sets a 20.30 on his first lap. He's going to look for more here on his second lap, entering turns number 3 and 4. Coulter West looking to improve on that first lap time. Second lap was a little bit slower, 20.34 for Coulter West. Next car out on the speedway is a Speed Shop 51, LCJ Carpentry, Vanderpool Construction, RK Cinematography, CT Design, LBG Graphics, and UDTV from San Jose, California. That's the 4R of Ross Kaiser. Ross Kaiser starting out the season on a rough note. That's quick time at a 20.26 for Ross Kaiser on top of the leaderboard in that 4 machine. As we talk to Ross Kaiser, he has had not the best of outings so far in his first 2 weeks. Looking for a better night tonight. Ross Kaiser on his second lap will be slower to 20.33 for Kaiser. Next guy out there is the Bison Ford, Selvers Brother Construction, DM Race Engines, Upfront Custom Bodies and Fabrication, Pacer Sign and Design from Great Falls, Montana. That's the 32 of PJ Popham. PJ Popham being your quick time last week and your record holder at that last track at Cedar Lake. First lap going to be 4th quick for PJ Popham in the 32 machine. 20.39 on Popham's first lap. In the 3 and 4, trying to work the cushion there as it's worked up just a little bit. He'll cross the line. And this lap will be slower to 20.42 for PJ Popham. Next one out there is an ABR setup shop, LGR Motorsports, a Red Line Race Design, Wrap and Stitch, Finish Line Repair, CD Cinematography from Manchester, Pennsylvania. That's the 47 of Stephen Vogelsong. Stephen Vogelsong in the 47, team member of LGR Motorsports with Randy Shreves having a victory this season. Stephen Vogelsong would like to add to that, as that's a quick time for Stephen Vogelsong at a 20.25. That's 20.25. Stephen Vogelsong just tops Ross Kaiser on his first lap. Second lap will be slower to 20.31. 20.31 for Vogelsong. Next car out there is a Rush Truck Center, Advanced Auto Parts, Digital Alley, Sage Fruit, and Curb Records. And that boy, he is from Manchester, Pennsylvania. That's Ben Wart in the 14 machine. Ben Wart on his first lap going to be 3rd quick at a 20.27. 20.27. 2 1/1000ths of a second off of the quick time. Second lap across the line. It will be slower to 20.29 for Ben Wart. Next out there is Advantage Athletics, Valley Heating and Cooling, Malls Trucking and Hauling, Factory Cane Shocks from Fredericktown, Ohio. That's the number 4 of Tyler Street. Tyler Street is 3rd race with Miller Time Motorsports. And he's looking for quick time there. He was coming out of turns number 3 and 4 on the top side of the racetrack, and he'll be 7th quick right now on his first lap. He'll need a lot more here on his second lap for Tyler Street. Working the cushion there through 3 and 4, exiting 4 across the line. This lap will be 6 quick, 20.34 for Street. Next out on the speedway is SpeedShop51.com, LCJ Carpentry, Vanderbilt Construction, RK Cinematography, CT Design, LBG Graphics, and UDTV from Perth, Australia. It's the number 51, the Big Cat, Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley in the 51 machine got the win last week in dominating fashion at Cedar Lake. First lap is going to be a quick at a 20.93, working the top side to get the momentum on that car as he'll try to set quick time here on this lap. Now along the bottom side of the racetrack, exiting turns number 4. Cross the line, quick time for Clayton Tilley, 20.20 for Clayton Tilley. He's on top of the board. Early in this one, Clayton Tilley is your quick time. Next out on the speedway is a Luke's Bar and Grill, Bell IT Solutions, Intel K1 Speed, Miller Time Motorsports from from Fort Worth, Texas. That's the 53 of Larry Bell. Larry Bell in the 53. Larry Bell looking for his first A main event tonight. He's went home packing first 2 nights. Some bad luck on his side. First lap's going to be 9th quick for Larry Bell. Bell coming across the line for that second lap. And it will be a little bit slower to 20.41. He's going to be 9th quick on the board. Next out there is Parker's Hangover Tonic, 3D Racing, Westside Sign, One Shot Scrap and Recycling from Great Falls, Montana. That's the 77 of Warren Samoy. Warren Samoy in that 77. Warren Samoy on his first lap here coming across the line. It's going to be not 10th quick. 10th quick for Warren Samoy at 20.44. 20.44 for Warren Samoy. Exiting turn number 4 for Warren Samoy. Going to look for more here on this one as he's currently 10th on the board. It's going to be 8th quick for Warren Samoy at 20.36. Next out there is an ADR setup shop. Oda Racing from Houston, Texas. Number 73. That's old Brandon Surratt. Brandon Surratt in the 73. Brandon Surratt will be 11th quick on his first lap at a 20.55. 20.55 for Brandon Surratt. Surratt looking for more here on this second lap. He needs more as he's 11th quick right now. Across the line. And that one will be a little bit faster at 20.53, but he's still going to be 11th quick on the board. Next one out there is the Centerville Smoke and Vape Shop, Bill's Donut Shop, Westside Sign and Graphics, 3D Racing, and Swartz Speed Shop from Centerville, Ohio. That's the B14 of Brian Wax. Brian Wax in the B14. Brian Wax, another driver looking to try to make his first A-main feature tonight. He went packing his first 2 nights of racing at Volusia and Cedar Lake, not being able to make the show. First lap around is going to be 12th quick for Brian Wax. Brian Wax second lap will be quicker and just beating Surratt out. He's 11th quick now to 20.53. Next car out there is from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and that 48 machine of Kyle Vaughn. Kyle Vaughn in the 48 machine. New member of Northeast Outlaws. As that team formed last week prior to the race at Cedar Lake. First lap for Kyle Vaughn's 11th quick at a 20.42. 20.42 for Kyle Vaughn. Top on second lap will be a little bit quicker to 20.40, but still 11th quick on the board. Next one out there is a YOB Racing, CNC Race Design, CD Cinematography, LCJ Carpentry Perk Tech from Bernie, Tasmania. And that's the one machine of Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens, your Season 5 champion, looking to repeat as well in this season, Season 6, with some heavier hitters. First lap for Sean Stevens is 12th quick. Got down on the grass there, upset the car a little bit here on the second lap. 20.52 for Sean Stevens. He's going to have to do something here to make up that ground after a mistake there in 1 and 2, hitting the bottom of the grass this time. Across the line, he'll be slower to 20.54 for Sean Stevens. That next car out there is a Rapid Stitch Finish Line Repair, CD Cinematography, Red Line Race Design, ABR Setup Shop, KSB Builders, One Wish Foundation, and LGR Motorsports from Springfield, Illinois. That's the 56 of Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves has had some success in this season. He won week number 1 at Volusia Speedway. He's just 1 point behind Clayton Tilley in the standings. So that first lap's 15th quick for Randy Shreves at a 20.61. Exiting turn number 4 on his final lap, Randy Shreves looking for more as he's 15th quick right now. That lap is faster, 20.58, but it's still going to be 15th quick for Randy Shreves. Next out there is a CS Racing Monsters Media. He's Luke's Bar and Grill and Miller Time Motorsports boy from Port St. Lucie, Florida. That's the 91 of Chris Sine. Chris Sine in the 91 machine. First lap for Sine, 12th quick at a 20.42, 20.42 for Sine. Sine exiting turn number 4, looking for a little bit more here. 20.42 is his first lap, looking for more here. That lap will be slower to 20.47 for Chris Sine. Next car out there, Meskwaki Speedway, Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. That 00 of Jeff Flero, the Canadian. He's looking for a good time, and he's racing well this season in that 00. We'll see what he can get here on his first lap. Jeff Flero coming down, crossing the line. This first lap, he's going to be 13th quick on the board, 20.46, 20.46 for Flero. At a 2046 for Jeff Flero. Jeff Flero's second lap is a little bit quicker to 20.41, moving him up to 12th. Next car out there, an ABR Setup Shop, Hoda Racing. He is from Olive Branch, Mississippi. That's the 22 of King Brandon Boyles the first. Brandon Boyles doing well in point standings this season. One of the best in his team. At number 22 is 9th quick there, 20.37. That's 9th quick for Brandon Boyles. Boyles exiting turn number 4, looking for a little bit more here off of this second lap. And this lap will be slower to 20.44 for Boyles. Next out there at Jiffy Lube, Comsof Red Deer from Drayton Valley, Canada. That's the 66 of Jason Haynes. Jason Haynes in the 66. It's another driver of the Canadians. We have 3 drivers from the Canadians, 2 from Australia, and the rest are from the United States. First lap for Jason Haynes is going to be a 15th quick at a 20.49. 20.49 for Jason Haynes. Exiting turn number 4, Haynes looking for the checkers to be a little bit quicker on this lap, and it is not going to be. 20.61 for his second lap. Next car out there at Chatham Motorsports MSMD from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's the 24 of Gavin Chatham. Gavin Chatham in the 24 machine, still looking for his first win this season. They picked up a win last season at Lanier Speedway. It's his first lap. Coming across the line is going to be 19th, quick at a 20.58, 20.58 for Gavin Chatham. Exiting turn number 4, Chatham crossing the line. This lap will be faster at 20.45, 15th quick for Gavin Chatham. Next out there is a Luke's Bar and Grill Miller Time Motorsports from Canada. You know, number 3 of King Troy Flero II. Troy Flero looking for a good outing tonight here. He's deep into this qualifying grid. We'll see what kind of time he can turn here on his first lap. Troy Flero exits turn number 4 down the front stretch, crossing the line. It's going to be 10th quick for Troy Flero to 20.39, 20.39 for Troy Flero. Troy Flero looking for a little bit more here on the second lap here. Crossing the line, and this one will be slower to 20.49. Put Troy Flero in that 10th position. Last car out to qualify tonight is a Bitcoin ADR setup shop Double Deuce Motorsports. Now Hoda Racing from Des Moines, Iowa. That's the 18 of Zach Dykstra. Zach Dykstra in the 18. Dykstra has not done well in his first 2 races. Looking for a bounce back week this week in week number 3. First lap, 18th quick for Zach Dykstra. First lap at a 20.51, 20.51 for Zach Dykstra. Second lap is slower to 20.53, 20.53 for Dykstra, and that will conclude qualifying with the old Big Cat Clayton Tilley getting the pole. We'll be right back with heat racing action in just a few moments.
Each year, legends battle for greatness. All strive to be better than the ones before them. But only one will be victorious. The 61st NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals presented by Casey's. August 10th through August 13th, only at Knoxville Raceway. Get your tickets now at knoxvilleRaceway.com.
With Get Upside, you save up to 25 cents per gallon every time you buy gas, and up to 35% cash back at restaurants. Gas stations and restaurants compete with cashback offers. Earn cash back at all the big brands near you. Users have earned tens of millions of dollars. Best of all, you can cash out anytime to PayPal or a check or gift cards. Join millions of people earning cash back every day. Download the free Get Upside app now.
Welcome back. We're getting you set for heat racing action. Your first heat race is going to look a little something like this. On the pole from Hoda Racing, number 22, that's Brandon Boyles. Starting second at LGR Motorsports, number 10, that's Coulter West. Starting third from Momentum Sim Sports, number 51, Clayton Tilley. Starting fourth from Pennsylvania, number 48, that's Kyle Vaughn. Starting fifth from Canada, number 66, that's Jason Haynes. Starting sixth from BNS Racing, number 73, That's Brandon Surratt. 10 laps is going to be the distance around USA International Speedway, as your top 3 will transfer into tonight's A main. Everyone else will go to the B main and try to battle their way into the tonight's show, as one driver tonight will be packing and going home. As always, thank you to our sponsors out there. Redline Race Design, they're on board with us all season long. If you need that wrap, get a hold of Redline Race Design on Facebook. They'll get you set. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We will be going green flag next time by. You got Boyles, you got West on that front row, Vaughn and Tilley in the second row, Haynes and Surratt in that third row. This 10 laps will be the distance to settle the top 3 in this one to transfer into tonight's A main. They're looking. Boyles is looking. Green flag is in the air for heat race number 1. Boyle gets the good start here and takes the command into turn number 1. You got Coulter West on the bottom side, and then you got Kyle Vaughn that's pressuring right behind that. And then you got Clayton Tilley that's working the bottom side of the racetrack just underneath of Kyle Vaughn, as they're side by side for that third and final transfer position, as Clayton Tilley goes back to the bottom side of the racetrack to try to get a run under Clayton Tilley, or underneath Coulter West. Tilley messes up, gets into the side of Kyle Vaughn, and now Tilley is back into the 5th position, and he is 2 spots out of the transfer spot of tonight's race. Looking back underneath of Brandon Surratt. Brandon Surratt's going to race him hard for that 4th position. Back up here for that 2nd position. Now you got Kyle Vaughn putting a slider underneath Coulter West. Coulter West with the slide back underneath. They go nose to tail down the backstretch, as Kyle Vaughn sits right back in, as here comes the big cat Clayton Tilley into 51 to try to get a run back on Kyle Vaughn. We have 7 laps to go. Still a lot left in this heat racing action. Kyle Vaughn looking back underneath Coulter West. Not going to be able to do it, as Coulter West takes that position. As the fastest guy out there on that speedway the last time by was the big cat Clayton Tilley in the 51 machine. It's side by side racing for that 3rd and final transfer spot once again. As now Vaughn goes down to protect a little bit underneath of Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley sucks in back behind Vaughn. They're nose to tail there for that 3rd and 4th position. Clayton Tilley goes to the bottom side, and that seems like that's where he gets his run on the exit of 4. Vaughn back to the inside, crosses back up on Clayton Tilley. Clayton Tilley's going to go to the top and get a little bit of run here on Vaughn. Back to the back bumper, side, trying to get to the side rear wheel of that 48 machine. Now he looks to the bottom side here in turns number 4. Got the momentum this time, and he's just in front as they make a little wheel contact there. Here comes Vaughn back to the inside. Vaughn hits the inside, big wreck. Hits the inside into the grass. Clayton Tilley involved also. Caution flag waves. There's 3 cars involved in that. We'll take a look at the replay and see what just happened there. And it does look like the 48 and the 73 make contact, but then it does look like maybe Clayton Tilley on up makes contact. Let's take a look at that replay as well, as here's a look at Tilley's view. There was Vaughn trying to cut down, and Tilley just misjudged it with what was going on back in behind there. As Surratt involved in that. Innocent bystander there, the 73, going to have a rough night. He has no wing right now, and that's a rough outing for him, as now Clayton Tilley's going to have to restart in this one in the 5th position now. Big Cat's been up and down in this one, battling for that final transfer spot. Had it there, And then Vaughn tried to cut the grass there and do some lawn maintenance there in turns number 1 and was not able to hold that car down there. And maybe Tilly seen that out of the rearview mirror. It was a distraction. And then he got up into the back end there of Coulter West, turned him around as we're under caution here. As we'll get you set to go green flag racing once again in heat race number 1, your first caution flag of the night. It's still the number 22 machine of Voiles out front of this one with 4 laps to go in this one. Coulter West in that second position, and Jason Haynes in that 66 machine. He has that final transfer spot right now, but you have 2 guys that was really battling on. You got Kyle Vaughn, and then you got Brandon Surt back here, and then Clayton Tilley. Byron, you got any word from our officials on any kind of word on those accidents?
Looks like it's just going to be what iRacing has scored it as. I did get word that, Clayton Tilley did apologize through hand signals towards Coulter West, and Coulter West is saying it's all good. One of those racing deals.
All right, we are going green flag. We're back under green flag. Tilley gets a good restart on the outside of Kyle Vaughn. He's moved Tilley up into that 4th position, is coming after the transfer spot really, really quick in 1 turn. Clayton Tilley is at the transfer spot. He'll race side by side with Jason Haynes. Tilley to the bottom side, working the inside. Now he's right there with Coulter West. They're nose to tail. Tilley has the transfer spot now. As in 1 lap, he passed 2 cars, was able to get that transfer spot. Here comes Jason Haynes on the outside, not getting a run. Coulter West going to have to try to hold off the 51 of Tilley. Tilley to the inside, and he's going to clear Coulter West to move Tilley up into the 2nd position. White flags out for Brandon Voiles. Can Voiles hold off the 51 of Clayton Tilley? Tilley has moved up 3 positions on that restart from 4 to go. White flag is out. Final turn, Tilley to the bottom. Voiles to the inside to try to protect. And it will not be enough for Clayton Tilley, as Brandon Voiles will pick up your heat race win.
Final transfer spot does go to Coulter West by 1/100th of a second.
Wow, what a close battle there for that final transfer spot, as Coulter West makes it in to the A main and does not have to battle through the B main. Just an absolute picture perfect night here at USA with the sun going down. We are set for your heat race number 2, and starting on the pole in this one from Canada, number 3, that's Troy Flero. Starting 2nd in the Fur Motorsports, number 47, Jason Randolph. Starting 3rd from the LGR Motorsports, number 47, is Steven Vogelsong. Starting 4th from Canada in the 00, that's Jeff Flero. Starting 5th from Hoda Racing, number 18, that's Zach Dykstra. In the final spot in that 6th position, LGR Motorsports, number 56, that's Randy Shreves.
We'll say, Ryan, I have noticed that the bottom of the track down there in 1 and 2 is starting to go away from my vantage point. Not sure about 3 and 4. I've been staying down towards this 1 and 2 area for myself.
Definitely looked like Clayton Tilley was able to get big runs in turns number 3 and 4 on the bottom, and that's where he was making all of his gains. Nobody else was going down there. Everybody else was a little afraid and was being comfortable running the top, and it proved for Clayton Tilley to move down there as he passed several cars there on that restart with 4 laps to go to make it up into that 2nd position.
Yeah, as he was coming by on that final lap, he was down on the bottom running about that reverse slider line, getting a little bit more grip than the guys on the outside. So we'll see how that progresses as the track state starts to wear off the rest of the night.
Fantastic. Thanks for reporting for us down there pit side, Byron Gay. As we've got Flero, Randolph on the front row, Vogelsong and Flero on the 2nd row. And that final row, Dykstra and Shreves, we're about to go. Green flag here out of turns number 4. It's on the command of Troy Flero. Green flag is in the air as Troy Flero is hammered down. Jason Randolph gets a good start as well with Troy Flero. And then the father of Troy Flero is in that final transfer spot into that 3rd position after starting 4th. So good start for Jeff Flero. 10 laps will be the distance around USA, and your top 3 once again will transfer into tonight's A main. As you see Jeff Flero working the bottom side of the racetrack and got a little bit of momentum there. Last time by, the fastest guy out on the speedway, Troy Flero with a 20.27. Troy Flero leading the command out here right now. Comes Jason Randolph to the bottom side, looking to the inside of Troy Flero. Not going to be able to do it this time. His contact back there in the back with Dykstra and Randy Shreves. They keep it all together. Back up front here, you got a battle for second here with Jeff Flero working the bottom side of the racetrack. He leaves a little bit out there in the slick and loses a lot of ground there to Jason Randolph. As Jeff Flero goes back to the bottom to try to gain that momentum back on the 47, and he does so once again. Last time by, Jeff Flero was faster. This time by, Troy Flero was faster at 21.03. Turning some pretty good laps out there with this track at the state it is. 7 laps remaining as they come across the light. We'll have 6 to go in your heat race number 2. You see it's kind of nose to tail right now. Everyone's kind of following each other in. You got Jason Randolph in 2nd, Jeff Flero in that 3rd and final transfer spot, and then Steven Vogelsong getting into the wall, and he is off course, and he'll slide into the grass there, and a lot of mistakes there by Steven Vogelsong. Vogelsong's going to have to go to the B main and try to work his way in. Jeff Flero is closing in on that 47 machine once again. As we've got 4 laps to go around USA as Troy Flero is at the command and running the fastest lap in the race that last time by. These top 3 are kind of running away from the other 2. You got Zach Dykstra back here and Randy Shreves kind of running about 2 seconds back from the lead pack here, with Troy Flero leading the way. Jeff Flero in that 3rd position. Look on board with Jeff Flero here. He goes to the bottom side, kind of a slider line across the slick there. Jeff Flero still trying to work the bottom side of the raceway in turns 3 and 4. White flag is out, 1 lap around for your race leader, Troy Flero, in heat race number 2. Troy Flero holds on. He's going to be starting on the outside of the front row in tonight's A main at USA International. Exiting turns number 3 and 4, Troy Flero is going to come across the line. He's going to be your winner. Randolph will be 2nd, and your final transfer spot will go to Jeff Flero. We got your grid for your 3rd heat race. 5 cars will make up this race. Top 3 will advance in tonight's A main. Starting on the pole from the Northwest, number 32, PJ Popham. Starting 2nd from the Sofa Kings Fast Sim Sports, number 4, that's Tyler Street. Starting 3rd from Momentum Sim Sports, that's number 4 of Ross Kaiser. Starting 4th from Florida, number 91, that's Chris Sine. And that final row, in that 5th position from Australia, number 26, Sean Stevens. and we've seen a lot of single file racing in that heat race as the bottom may be starting to deteriorate a little bit, and the track is starting to move on up the mid to upper part of the track now.
Yeah, definitely. Been watching the development down here in turn 1 and 2, and it's definitely seemed like the bottom's completely gone. Been watching the monitor down here for 3 and 4, seen a lot of the guys stay on the bottom. Not sure if that's been a little bit faster. Not sure if guys want to start moving up in 3 and 4. We'll definitely have to see. I know this heat race, I'm going to be watching that 91 of Chris Sign as he's starting on the outside of Ross Kaiser here.
Definitely Ross Kaiser needing a statement race here to get himself a good starting position in the A-Main. He has not finished well in the first 2 races, so he's looking for a good one. We got Sean Stevens in the very back of this heat race. Kind of a shocker there.
No, with the way he's feeling right now, I think him just bringing this home pretty simple will be a good one for him.
iRacing Pace Truck is off, and we are on the commands of Popham. Popham's on the throttle. Street is on the throttle also, but didn't get as good of a restart as that last group, as that opens up the door for Ross Kaiser on the bottom side of the racetrack. And here comes Ross Kaiser to try to squeeze up in front of Tyler Street, and he will do so. Street will come to the back to the inside here. They'll be side by side as they come down the backstretch, number 4 and number 4. And Street will slide back up into that second position. Ross Kaiser will go nose to tail with Street. There's Popham leading this race right now. Street running about the midline in and then runs right up to the top. You got Ross Kaiser did kind of a reverse slider line there and had a lot of momentum there on the exit of 2, and he's going to put a slider back under Street. Street back underneath Ross Kaiser here as they battle on side by side for that second position. They have to watch out. That's because right there in that 4th position is Chris Sign. If one of these make a mistake, these guys can pounce right on it, as Sean Stevens is lurking as well back there in that 5th position. Ross Kaiser back underneath Tyler Street. Tyler Street back underneath him. They go back and forth, back and forth. That opens up the door for Chris Sign. Chris Sign really likes seeing this happen, these sliders back and forth, back and forth. That's Ross Kaiser back to the bottom side on the exit of 2. They're side by side coming down the front stretch. Tyler Street has that position across the line. Street back underneath Ross Kaiser. It's a good battle here for that second position. It looks like maybe Street might be getting back onto the bottom side of the racetrack now. Yes, he will. Now he'll slide up to the top as Ross Kaiser looks back underneath, and Ross Kaiser's going to clear Street, as that might be enough for Street to get around him and hold him off for this race. We've got 6 laps still left in this one. Now 5 to go. Popham has led every bit of this and has a pretty good lead on these other guys. Street really working the top of that cushion and on the entrance, and that seems to be working, getting a lot of momentum. Really bumpy there on the exit of turns number 2. Now Chris Signs really pressuring the back end of Street. Street's got a lot of mirror of that 91 machine. He's going to have to hold off Chris Sign for that final transfer spot. Popham, still your race leader, and has read all of this race and is the fastest guy out on the speedway currently. Ross Kaiser's trying to do everything he can to catch PJ Popham, but right now PJ Popham has been faster. Here comes Sean Stevens and Tyler Street. They make contact. Sean Stevens gets up into the side of Street. Just not enough room there for Sean Stevens. And Sean Stevens is going to find himself in the B main. You can see Sean Stevens off the throttle, probably feeling pretty bad about that one. Off the throttle. 2 laps to go for PJ Popham. Ross Kaiser on the inside, and Chris Sign has the final transfer spot as we speak. Ross Kaiser is now the fastest guy out on the speedway and has now caught to the back end of PJ Popham. Is a little bit too late, is the question. Reverse slider line. We've talked about this coming into play, and it is coming into play. Does Ross Kaiser have enough here in turns number 4? He will get the run on the bottom side of the racetrack. They will race to the line side by side down the front stretch, and Popham will get it. Popham will win by 1/10 of half the second over Kaiser, as Chris Sign will get the final transfer spot of the night. guys, we do have another heat race for you. We have another heat race. That's heat race number 4. Heat race number 4 is on the line. Here's what it's going to look like. Starting on the pole from Miller Time Motorsports, number 53, that's Larry Bell. Starting second from the Northwest, number 77, Warren Samoy. Starting third from Pennsylvania, number 14, Benjamin Ward. Starting 14th from Pennsylvania, number 24, Gavin Chatham. And starting fifth from Ohio, number B14, that's Brian Wax. Byron, I would imagine that 53 machine is happy to be on the front row of this heat race. He has not made an A main. He is looking for his first A main tonight. If he finishes inside that top 3, he'll get her done.
Yeah, I mean, Larry's been working hard this season, had some unlucky nights. Definitely would do him a load of confidence to get in there. I think anything short of a top 3 here in this heat race is disappointment for him. But, you know, he'll have the command here on the green, so let's see. Hopefully we can have a Miller Time guy bring it home again.
Fantastic stuff there. You've got the 77 award. Samoil is outside. That second row is really good. You got Ben Moore and Chatham. Both of them have feature wins in the 305, so they'll be looking for that race lead early in on this one. And then you got the B14 of Brian Wax looking for his first A main race tonight.
You know, I'm sure the guys down there at Miller Time also told Larry, they're like, hey, look, that reverse slider line in 1 and 2 is how Ross was catching up there at the end of that race to PJ. So I'm sure they've relayed it to him. I'm sure he knows what he's got to do. So.
All right, we are side by side, creeping into line, turn number 3 and 4. We're going to go green flag here. iRacing Pace Truck is dipping off on the command of Bell. Bell is on the throttle. Bill with a really good start as well with Benjamin Ward. The 77 of Warren Samoy did not get going. As Ben Ward gets a really good start, and he's up 2 positions on the start of this race. As that race will be for that final transfer spot with Warren Samoy and Gavin Chatham. With Larry Bell leading this race, you can see somebody's doing that reverse sliders line. That would be Benjamin Wart. So he works the top and then drops down to the bottom side of the racetrack to get the momentum. And that seems to be the play right now in this race. As you can see, Larry Bell just must not be comfortable enough to do that as he runs the top side of the racetrack. You see Ben Wart trying to get to the back bumper of Larry Bell, and he is there for that race lead. Here comes Ben Wart with a slider move underneath Larry Bell there. Bell back underneath. Bell drag race down the back stretch. Bell slider line, and this is where Ben Ward will work that reverse slider line and get back to the inside. Not going to be able to do it just quite yet. As Bell holds on that position, here comes the 14 once again. Slides back in front of Larry Bell. Larry Bell, the crossover move. They're side by side. They drag race down the front stretch. Down the back stretch, I apologize. Larry Bell give that position back up front to Larry Bell. Again, side by side for that race lead. These guys back here in 3rd and 4th, they like seeing this side by side racing. There's Larry Bell doing a reverse slider, and that wouldn't really work for Bell as he gets to the inside of Ben Ward. Hard slider here coming by Larry Bell. Larry Bell, hard slider in turns 4. And that top side's getting really bumpy. You should see the cars back there battling on for that final transfer spot with Gavin Chatham and Warren Samoy. There's 2 battles going on this raceway. With Larry Bell, Ben Ward. Ben Ward gets the command now and is looking to hold off Larry Bell. Larry Bell wanting to make this show. And he looks back underneath Ben Ward here coming on the exit of 4. Down the front stretch, they're nose to tail. Gavin Chatham is in that final transfer spot. He was able to get around Warren Samoy with 4 laps to go. Chatham going to try to run down Larry Bell in this heat race number 4. Then Wart, reverse slider, get line again in turns number 4, and he'll open up his gap. The fastest guy out there on the speedway last lap was Gavin Chatham in that 3rd position, is starting to close to the back bumper of that 53 machine. That battle will heat up close to the end of this race as we're coming to the 2 to go. White flag will be the next flag that will be presented. We've got 2 to go this time by. Chatham working just above the slick there on the exit of 2. Trying to close the gap on that 53 machine that has been really well here in heat race number 4. White flag is out for Ben Hort. 1 lap around for that 14 machine to pick up another heat race win. He's used to winning heat races. He's looking to start 4th in this A main. Gavin Chatham to the inside of Bell, side by side on the exit. Bell will prevail and get that 2nd position, but it's going to be Ben Wart winning with Chatham getting that final transfer position. Got your B main action ready, and here is what the lineup looks like. From Canada, number 66, Jason Haynes is on the pole. Starting 2nd from Hoda Racing, number 18, that's Zach Dykstra. Starting 3rd in the Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, number 4, Tyler Street. Starting 4th from the Northwest, number 77, that's Warren Samoy. Starting 5th from Pennsylvania, number 48, Kyle Vaughn. Starting 6th in the LGR Motorsports, number 56, Randy Shreves. Starting 7th from Australia, number 26, that's Sean Stevens. Starting 8th from Ohio in the B14, that's Brian Wax, looking for his first A-main feature. Starting 9th from BNS Racing, number 73, Brandon Sturt. And that final spot, the 10th position, LGR Motorsports, number 47, Steven Vogelsong. 9 cars will make it out of tonight's B main to make it into the A main. 1 car will be going home tonight. You do not want to be that 1 car packing a trailer and leaving USA empty-handed. Byron, a lot of good cars in this one. I think this is going to be shaping up to be a fantastic B main action.
That's definitely for sure. It does look like Sean Stevens did receive an OUTLAW for that slider that he did throw that took Tyler Street out. So Sean Stevens is going to be about at the back, and he's going to have to race his way through if he doesn't want to go back home empty-handed tonight.
And a guy that is not feeling well, that is racing with COVID, that has to be a hard challenge to know. You've got to get yourself in this A main, and you've got to pass at least 1 car in this to make it in.
Definitely no small task for him, but if anybody's going to do it, it's the man from down under.
We are getting you set to go green flag here. Out of turns number 4. iRacing Pace Truck is dipping off. It's on the command of Haynes. He will hit the throttle. Green flag in B main action. Just about to go 3 wide there on turns number 1. Tyler Street had to get off the throttle area. He almost got into the 18 machine. Wise decision by Tyler Street as you live another lap. That's the thing. If you get wrecking here, you're out of the show. You're not going to make it. Every car knows it. So you've got to be cautious out here as that race is heating up for the top spot. And here comes Zach Dykstra with a hard slider to take the race lead away from Jason Haynes. Haynes will look back underneath for the race lead. That battle is for that top position here in the B main. Good battles on back in here as Tyler Street gets a little clip from the 456 machine. He gathers it back up. Tyler Street has lost a lot of momentum in this race and is in jeopardy of going home in this one. He's got to gather things back up as he is back in there in that 8th position. You see Sean Stevens has passed Brian Wax to take the final transfer spot into tonight's A main. Back up front, the battle is still hot and heavy with Jason Haynes and Zach Dykstra throwing haymakers back and forth. Dykstra has the position right now on the top. Haynes takes that position back away as he did the crossover move. 12 laps as they come across the line. We'll have 11 laps remaining in this race. And that race up front is fantastic. Randy Shreves is working the bottom side of the racetrack trying to get underneath Kyle Vaughn back there for that 4th, 5th position. That's a good race on back in there. Back up front, Jason Haynes with another slider. As you can see, side-by-side action here. As you can see the race lead up front, and you can also see the race down there on the bottom side of the raceway. Randy Shreves and Kyle Vaughn racing hard. Jason Haynes has led most of this race as Zach Dykstra has now got the edge as they cross the line. Dykstra will lead that lap. 9 laps to go around the speedway. Dykstra is still your race leader. Haynes is in second, has put intent there on the top side of the racetrack as Dykstra has got away from him. As now that race is turning up back here, and for that 5th position, Warren Samoy back to the bottom side. You can see Randy Shreves has made his way up to the top side of the racetrack. Brian Wax is the final car out and looking to pack the trailer tonight. Sean Stevens is in that 9th position. Just got to hold on to it so these guys know all you got to do is hold on to the car, and we're going to make it into the night show. But every car matters, every position matters when it comes to the A main. As you see Tyler Street now looking to the outside of Warren Samoy. That battle is for 7th position, deep in this pack. Dykstra still your race leader out front, leading by a good margin over Haynes. Haynes back here in that 2nd position, and Kyle Vaughn has that 3rd position. And kind of singled himself out here with 6 laps to go. They're coming to the right, the cross, with 5 laps left in this race. Brandon Surrey is now up into that 5th position. He's up 4 positions in this race. Stephen Bogason also up 4 positions, but Tyler Street is looking to try to take a position away. Street is really ripping down the top side of this cushion. Warren Samoy drops off, and Warren Samoy, if you look at Warren Samoy and Brian Wax currently, they are turning identical times back there for that final transfer spot. Warren Samoy just trying to hold on. They're teammates right now. One of them guys is going to make it in. One is not. 3 laps to go around USA International for your B-main action. Good battle on back here for that 7th position with Sean Stevens. Sean Stevens working the bottom side of the racetrack as Street works the top side. As they're side by side as they drag race down the front stretch. 2 laps remaining. 2 fingers in the air by the flag stand. We've got 2 trips around in the B main to settle the remaining field of the A main. And you can see Brian Wax has started to close on his teammate of Warren Samoy. 2 laps remaining. That race is going to be for your final transfer spot to make the A main. Brian Wax has never made an A main and is looking for his first one tonight. Both these guys are more prevalent in the late models, but they're in the sprint cars tonight. Checker flags is out. Coming out of turns number 4, Zach Dykstra is going to get the checkers in the B main with Haynes in 2nd, Vaughn in 3rd, 4th was Shreves, Sturt in 5th, 6th was Vogelsong, 7th was Street, Sean Stevens in the 8th position, and Warren Samoy gets the final transfer spot. Next up is going to be your Dash for Cash event. As we get you set for that, we got some more sponsors out there. We've got the old Jake's Electric. You can find them over on Facebook as well, or also on their website at jakeselectricinc.com. jakeselectricinc.com. Jake's Electric services the industrial and commercial needs of many companies all over Ohio. You need to get in contact with them if you have electrical system installation, high voltage electric testing, or electrical system troubleshooting. Wow! They can do it all. Jake's Electric and Company. Give them a call, 330-466-5065. Jake's Electric. Also, Lepo Rents. You can get them at www.leporents.com. Lepo Rents is your local distributor and renter for construction equipment. Whether it's a household project or a construction project, Lepo Rents has what you need. Lepo Rents has locations all over Ohio with additional locations in Alabama and Florida. Give Lepo Rents a call and check them out on Facebook at Lepo Rents. Getting you set for your Dash for Cash event. $5 on the line. $5 is already received by Clayton Tilley tonight. Getting you set for another amount of money. 10 laps will be the distance with Popham and Jason Randolph in the front row. Second row will be Ben Ward and Ross Kaiser. Third row, Larry Bell and 51 of Clayton Tilley. On back in there in that last row is King Troy Flero, the second, and Bolzon. Brandon Boyles in that final position. Green flags out onto the speedway. You've got Jason Randolph in that second position, but it's all PJ Popham with a really good restart here, taking over the command in this Dash for Cash event. Definitely going to keep an eye on Clayton Tilley as he's going to have to come through the field in this race. Is he going to be able to do it this time? He's going to go side by side with his teammate Ross Kaiser, a 4 and a 51. Then Ward back to the bottom side of the racetrack. Ross Kaiser working the top side of the racetrack. Ross Kaiser hits the wall a little bit. Ben Ward into the wall. Back up front here, we've got Clayton Tilley in that third position. Took over a position from Ross Kaiser, his teammate. Race up front, Jason Randolph looking to the outside of that 32 of PJ Popham. These cars work the top side of the racetrack, but you got Clayton Tilley working the bottom side. Jason Randolph looks like he may have tapped the wall there on the exit. That is really, really rough there on the exit. Here comes Randolph. Randolph hits the wall, loses a lot of momentum, and Clayton Tilley will power around and bring home Ross Kaiser with him. Clayton Tilley back to the bottom side of the raceway. PJ Popham still your race leader out front. Is going to be able to hold off Clayton Tilley. Last time by, Clayton Tilley was the fastest of the two. Ross Kaiser holding on strong there right behind his teammate Clayton Tilley. Tilley really worked the bottom in 3 and 4 really well there. Really brought the gap down to within 1 car length and is right onto the back bumper of PJ Popham. Clayton Tilley definitely the fastest car out there right now. About a 21.47 the last lap. Ross Kaiser your next fastest at a 21.58. So these two cars are quicker than your race leader, PJ Popham. PJ Popham, you're just going to have to try to hold off Clayton Tilley for a few more laps. Here comes Tilley back to the bottom side. He's going to try to take the race lead away, this time by inside, side by side. They drag race down the front stretch. Tilley has the race lead in turns number 1. Tilley to the bottom, stays down to the bottom. Not going to be able to hold it as here comes Popham back to the inside, and here comes Ross Kaiser. Ross Kaiser gets 2 for 1 out of that turn. Ross Kaiser to the lead and goes to the top side of the raceway. You can see that rough, really, really rough on the exit of 4. 1, 2, 3 cars, put a blanket around them. 3 wide in that turn for the race lead. Ross Kaiser looking to bring home a Dash for Cash event, ripping down the top side of the cushion. Here comes Tilley on the bottom, side by side, drag race down the front stretch. Ross Kaiser will take that position away, and he has your race lead. Popham right in line with these two. Tilley going to try to go to the bottom. No, yes he is. He's going to follow Ross Kaiser. Ross Kaiser will slide up the track. Clayton Tilley will hold it to the bottom. They'll come across the line. Ross Kaiser is going to win your Dash for Cash event and beat the Big Cat and PJ Popham. have your A main action here in just a few minutes. We'll step away for a short commercial break.
iRacing, you wanted the best, you got them for abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the world of Outlaws.
Hello, race fans. I'm Ozzy Altman, joining you at what has to be, without a doubt, the most highly anticipated dirt racing event in the history of motorsports. Now, Eldora Speedway, located in the northern central side of Ohio, right near the Indiana border, is no stranger to big money events. But this night, something special happens. 100 laps on the hallowed half mile. The winner picks up $1 million. Johnny Moran, you're a millionaire in Eldora Speedway. What would you do to win the Eldora Million?
Each year, legends battle for greatness. All strive to be better than the ones before them. But only one will be victorious. The 61st NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals, presented by Casey's. August 10th through August 13th, only at Knoxville Raceway. Get your tickets now at knoxvilleRaceway.com.
We're getting you set for the A main tonight. Gotta say, Byron Gay, this has been some good racing. That was some good racing in the Dash for Cash, and it does look like that top side is really starting to come to life.
Yeah, all the guys were down here running topside 1 and 2. I was watching the monitor. A lot of the guys got down to the bottom in 3 and 4. There were some guys on the top. I actually think the fastest lap was ran on the bottom, though, in 3 and 4. So looks like there's still a lot of grip down there on the exit. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys approach, especially turns 1 and 2, where they're going to place that car, where they can get those runs up.
Absolutely. It does look like that Clayton Tilley was able to get a bites on the bottom of 4 there, as we have got your grid for your A main action. Starting on the pole from Hoda Racing, number 22, that's Brandon Boyles. Starting second from Canada, number 3, that's King Troy Flero the second. Starting third from the Northwest, number 32, PJ Popham. Starting fourth from Pennsylvania, number 14, that's Benjamin Ward. Starting fifth from Momentum Sim Sports, number 51, the Big Cat, Clayton Tilley. Starting sixth from the Firm Motorsports, number 47, that's Jason Randolph. Starting seventh from Momentum Sim Sports, number 4, that's Ross Kaiser. Starting eighth from Millertown Motorsports, and his first A-main appearance, number 53, Larry Bell. Starting ninth from the LGR Motorsports, number 10, that's Coulter West. Starting 10th from Canada in the 00, that is Jeff Flero. Starting 11th from Florida, number 91, Chris Sine. Starting 12 from Pennsylvania, number 24, Gavin Chatham. Starting 13th from Hoda Racing, number 18, Zach Dykstra. Starting 14th from Canada, number 66, Jason Haynes. Starting 15th from Pennsylvania, number 48, that's Kyle Vaughn. Starting 16th from LGR Motorsports, number 56, Randy Streets. Starting 17th from the BNS Racing, number 73, Brandon Surratt. Starting 18th from the LGR Motorsports, number 47, Steven Vogelsong. Starting at 19th in the Sofa King Fast and Sports, number 4, Tyler Street. Starting 20th from Australia, number 26, Sean Stevens. And the final spot from the Northwest, number 77, Warren Samoy. It's a nice 81 degrees tonight, 92% moisture out there, cloudy with 12-mile-an-hour winds. It's perfect night for racing. We are getting you set for your A main action. Lights are out on the iRacing pace truck. We're going to go green flag this time by. You've got Troy Flero on the front row with Brandon Voiles. We're going to go green flag. You got the big cat, Clayton Tilley, in that third row. He's in striking distance. We're going to go 30 laps around USA in week number 3. Voiles is looking for the green as we're getting you set for tonight's A main event. We will take the green this time out of turns number 4. Voiles is looking for the green, and he is on the hammer early. Green flag is out on the speedway for week number 3 at USA International. A lot of cars go to the top side of the raceway, and they are scattering 3 wide back here in the back of the pack. Go 3 wide up here up front for that second position. Troy Flero working the bottom side of the racetrack. Here comes Clayton Tilley on the top side as he's going to push it on the top side of that number 3 machine of Troy Flero. Popham's working the top side of the racetrack really, really well. Here comes Ben Wirt looking to the bottom side of Troy Flero, side by side. Troy Flero looking to go to the top side. Not going to be able to do it this time by. Voiles has got the lead and is leading all of this race so far up front. Really, really rough on the exit of Thor. These guys power on. Clayton Tilley in that third position right now. Troy Flero is still trying to work the bottom and getting that bottom side working. Doesn't seem to be working yet for him. Here comes Clayton Tilley to the bottom side of the racetrack. As Troy Flero follows, the PJ Popham in the wall opens up the door for everybody else. Give the position away to Clayton Tilley and Troy Flero as those positions are up there. Here comes Ross Kaiser on the top side of the racetrack, and he is up into that 5th, 6th position. Biggest mover in this race is Zach Dykstra. He's on the move in this race. He's up into that 7th position. He's up 6 positions in this race. Clayton Tilley's up 3 after starting 3rd row. He's got to the back bumper of that number 22 of Voiles. Can Voiles hold off Clayton Tilley? Clayton Tilley looking really fast there in that 2nd position with 26 laps to go. Here comes Tilley to the bottom side to take the race lead away from Voiles. Drag racing down the front stretch. Voiles gets into the back end of Clayton Tilley. Tilley takes over that top spot and moved Tilley up into the race lead after starting 3rd row inside in this race. Troy Flero now looking underneath Voiles for another position. Troy Flero looking to the inside. They are almost side by side to get down the front stretch. Here comes Troy Flero back to the bottom. Voiles works about a mid-track race. As we look at times around the racetrack, your fastest guy out on the speedway the last time by was Clayton Tilley, turning a 22.01. Next fastest guy out on the raceway was running 22.548. Troy Flero still works the bottom side of the raceway. On back in here, you got PJ Popham that has slipped back in this race. Ross Kaiser's up 2 spots, working the top side of the cushion. Zach Dykstra still one to watch. He is up into the 6th position, move him up 7 spots in this race. Jason Randolph is back here in that 8th position, 9th position, battling on. Randy Shreves up 5 positions in this race. He's coming alive in this, and he's back here in that 11th position, looking to try to get one more position away. The battle is still right here in the mix of the pack. Jason Randolph, Jeff Claro, Coulter West battling on. Zach Dykstra, Ben Ward, sliders back and forth from them guys as Ross Kaiser is up into the 4th position now. Ross Kaiser 1 position away from his first podium event here at USA International in the 305s. Troy Claro still stuck behind the 22 machine of Boyles. Now the 3 machine goes to the top side to try to get a run on the outside of the 22 and Boyles. Not going to be able to do it yet. Kaiser works the top, and Kaiser gets into the back end of the 3 machine. Once again, we see Kaiser making a mistake there on the top side of the raceway as he had a huge momentum, and it was hard for him to get off of the gas as he had huge run on Troy Flair. As we'll take a look at the replay here. They were coming down the backstretch. Just turned him, and then that collected pop-up and Ben Wart on his top. Oh, man. Innocent bystanders in that, getting involved. Looks like Troy Flair will be okay and will continue. It'll be interesting to hear what officials have to say. Byron, keep us in the loop and find out what is going on.
Well, came across Ross Kaiser will be given the end of the longest line penalty there. I mean, honestly, there was no place for him to go there. Kind of just got into the back of Troy Flaro and just turned Troy Flaro down. So, right call by the officials there. So, we'll see how everything pans out here with all the cars moving back around, and we'll get them lined back up.
Just one of those instances that you got a big run and things happen so quickly that it was just a small little tap, and that was enough to send Troy around and cause the incident. And now Ross Kaiser is going to have to go to the back of the pack where we've been seeing him all season long, making these small little mistakes and costing him. And so now Ross Kaiser is going to have to start the dead end of this longest line.
Yeah, and we're seeing Ben Wart come down the pit lane now, so he's got some damage. Not seeing Troy come down yet, so it looks like he's just going to stay out, and that must be just a very minuscule amount on his car.
Hard to give up track position early in this race, as I imagine that is key for Troy Flaro. Going to be restarting on that second row inside. Brandon Boyles is in that second position. Been holding off Troy Flaro. It seemed like Troy Flaro may have been faster, but just couldn't find a way around Boyles. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here on this restart as the iRacing Pace Truck lights are out. And we are going to be going green flag this time by as we're entering turns number 3 and 4. Be on the command of Clayton Tilley here. Tilley's on the throttle hard. And Troy Flaro gets a good restart as well, getting underneath Boyles. And here comes Zach Dykstra. Dykstra looking to the top side to try to get around both of these guys. Zach Dykstra up 10 spots in this one. Looking to the outside of his teammate. Dykstra up into the 3rd position. Big night for Dykstra as he has come through this pack and shown that he has the car to beat. Dykstra side by side as they come down the backstretch into turns number 1 and 2. Dykstra looking for that 2nd position to try to close in on the big cat, Clayton Tilley. Last time by, your fastest guy out there was still Clayton Tilley. Tilley still running the 21-second bracket, 21.88, while everybody else is in the 22-second bracket. 17 laps to go around USA International. Now the race is battling on back here for that 4th, 5th position with Jeff Flaro and Troy Flaro battling side by side. Troy Flaro dropping back in this is a little bit of issues with that car from that damage. That's Just a swarm of cars on back in here about mid-pack. Look at that. 3 wide racing throughout much of this pack with Randy Streets in most of this. Randy Streets is up 6 spots. Tyler Street is on the move in this one, up 8 spots. Remember, he had to go through the B main after getting wrecked early in this race. As Tyler Street trying to get around these guys. We got an accident back in the back of the pack so far. Green is staying out onto the speedway. There was Chris Sign involved in that one. We'll take a look at the replay real quick while all of this is going on. Ross Kaiser on the top side of the racetrack. Just 3 wide actions right there. It looks like Kyle Vaughn involved also. He gets back off the raceway and all clear for now. Still fastest guy out there is Clayton Tilley leading this race. Tyler Street on the bottom side of Ross Kaiser. He's up 9 spots in this. It's still Zach Dykstra up the most, 11 spots in this race. That 18 machine needed a good night, and he's having one now, as he has passed a lot of cars in this one. Caution flag waves out on the speedway. Take a look at the replay, and we'll see what just happened here. Looks like maybe Coulter West involved in this one. Coulter West coming out of the turn 4, just really rough through there. And car stacked up, and man, hard hit. Taking out Brandon Surratt. Jason Randolph involved in this one. Coulter West. Some good drivers taken out in this one. Question is, Byron, does anybody have anything for Clayton Tilley up front?
Well, I think Tilley's definitely got the line. If Dykstra can do it, you just keep on him on this restart. Still 2 double file, I believe. Dykstra could have something here. He's been running very well tonight, so it'll be interesting to see here in these closing laps what Zach can do.
Yeah, and I'm looking for him to pass Tilley because I need those 2 points. Because right now I'm only looking at 1 point because all my drivers has not been where they need to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, with Randolph getting hit there, he kind of fell back early. A little bit of contact, but kept green. But he's out for me. I just need Troy to get back up there.
Troy looked good early in on this, and he's kind of started to fade as now his dad is actually in front of him. Troy's lost 3 spots in this race. Jeff Blair is up 6 spots in the race. Some other notable movers. You got Gavin Chatham up 6 spots. Jason Haynes up 7 spots. Randy Shreves up 8 spots, and Tyler Street is up 9 spots. Sean Stevens is only up 6 spots. I mean, that's pretty good starting where he was at. And Warren Samari in the back of the pack was up 6 spots as well.
Yeah, big props to Ross Kaiser coming back through the field. I think he's sitting there around 9th or 10th right now. So, big move coming back from the back.
Ross Kaiser still looking for a good finish. Yes, he is scored in the 9th position, so he's looking for a top 10 tonight. That would be a plus for him for sure if he can hang on to that top 10. He's still looking for doing some damage. He's definitely fast out there. As we've got the green lights ready to go out on the speedway here out of turns number 4 on the command of Clayton Tilley. Green flag is in the air. As we've got 13 laps to go, Dykstra gets a good start on the outside. Makes a little contact with his teammate there. As now it's 3 wide there on with Jeff Flero, King, Brandon Boyles, and Troy Flero. It looks like Jeff Flero will prevail out of that. Jeff Flero is now in that 3rd position, battling on with Boyles. White flag, or I'm sorry, caution flag waves out on the speedway once again, and we will go to a single file now after that caution, as we'll take a look at the replay and see what happened here. And here we go. Oh man, things started stacking up in front there, and once again Ross Kaiser getting involved in something there. That one probably wasn't his fault. He got stacked up. Tyler Street went down to try to miss it and didn't know that there was a car low and got into Ross Kaiser. And we just said if Ross Kaiser can hold on to a top 10, he'd be feeling pretty good. But now he's got no wing out there. He's going to stay out there and see what he can do.
Yeah, I think the caution came out later in that turn. Tyler Street, I think, came back up the track. Do have another replay here for you.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that replay.
Yeah, Tyler Street and Brandon Sturt get into it and hook Chris Sign there, so.
Back of the pack there. Tyler Street having a rough night tonight. He did not want to see that, as he had been finishing well. Finished 6th last week, looking for a better finish tonight, but he's back there in the 20th position now, and things aren't looking so pretty for him. But it all looks really pretty for Clayton Tilley up front right now, leading this race, as he's up 4 spots. Zach Dykstra is up 11 spots. Zach Dykstra currently your hard charger in this race.
Yeah, Tyler Street was able to come down, get that car repaired. Looks like Chris Sign will not be able to get his repaired, so he'll roll around with without a front wing there.
All right, so maybe Tyler Street can rebound here. He won't have very many laps to do it, as it does look like we're going to go a double file restart here.
Definitely looks like that. Cars have lined up there on the backstretch, so see how interesting this can get here with only a handful of laps left.
All right, we're going to be going green flag here on turns 4. Tilley and Dykstra. Dykstra needing a better restart. He does not get it, as we are green flag once again with 11 laps to go around USA International. Dykstra will hold on to that position on the exit of 2 down the backstretch. Battle will be for that 3rd position, as Jeff Flair trying to take that position away from the 22 machine. Here comes Troy Flair on the bottom side of the racetrack trying to get a run here. Things might be starting to gravitate back to the bottom side of the racetrack here, as you see Troy Flair getting good bites down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's to the inside of Jeff Flair now. Jeff Flair going to pinch that off just a little bit. Troy Flair still works the bottom, and he's got a big time run on Jeff Flair here. This side by side as they cross the line. 9 laps to go for Clayton Tilley, your race leader. Troy Flair pressuring for that 3rd position right now, trying to get around Boyles. Boyles has ran a really good race, been inside the top 3 all night long, has led a lot of this race. Here comes Troy Flair to the bottom side. He's got a run, a little contact there. Messes up the run by Troy Flair. He drops back just a little bit. Troy Flair cleared down into the grass. Now going to battle his dad on once again. His dad will prevail. While all this is going on, we have to mention Ross Kaiser's on the move with no front wing in this race. He's up into the 8th position, and Randy Streets is right in front of him. Randy Streets is up 10 spots in this race. He is 1 spot away from being the hard charger. No, 2 spots away from being the hard charger, I should say. If Randy Streets could get into that 4th position, he'd be a hard charger tonight. 7 laps remaining. Clayton Tilley running away with it. About 2 seconds gap up front, working the bottom side in both turns. Going back in here, Troy Flair getting another run on his dad. As Troy Flair works to the inside, his dad works the top side. Coming into turns number 4 to the bottom side once again. Jeff Flaro has the outside working well, but his son, Troy Flaro, works the bottom and is going to take that position away. Now, Troy Flaro got 1 more car to try to make that podium position. Boyles has been locking down that podium position for Hoda Racing with your top 2 cars inside the top 3. You've got Dykstra in that 2nd position and Boyles in the 2nd, 3rd position. Caution flag is out on the speedway. I think the caution came out before Boyles went around. I think Boyles will get his spot back there, as we will have a replay at what happened there. Gavin Chatham up into the wall, comes down into Popham. Several cars involved. Back in the back of the pack. As we have our caution flag out, waving once again, and we're gonna have a good restart here with only 3 laps to go. Green, white, checker. Does anybody have anything for Tilly? It does not look like it. He's been the fastest guy out on the speedway thus far, and the battle seems to be for that 3rd position, that final podium position. Dykstra's been running good, but don't look like he's got anything for Tilly. Everything's kind of gravitated back to the bottom side of the racetrack, which is not where Troy Flair would prevail at, as currently Troy Flair is scored in the 3rd position. So we're going to have to find out if Voiles was in that position before getting turned, or if Voiles decided he was going to pit. Do we have any words from that, Byron?
Currently scouring the replays. I'm not seeing anything, but I'm thinking it had to do with him getting turned there and stopping on track. I think the iRacing officials say any car stopped on the track during a caution will cause it. It does look like Troy did get a little contact there, and he got finished off by Jeff on the high side. So we'll see if he gets his spot back or not.
Yeah, and you seen Jeff go around, was running really well, and now he's back here in the 20th. He's actually in the pits to do repairs. May have had to get a tow there. Unfortunate for Jeff Flero there as the caution flag waves simultaneously. I imagine they were all getting off the gas, and yeah, just a little contact there between the 2 drivers.
Yeah, I think Troy was just trying to keep it low. And Troy does get an EOL. So Troy Flero will be going to the back of the field. And he just going ahead and pulled it in. Going to call it a night.
He is calling it a night. He is done for. He's going to pull it in the trailer.
Must have believed there wasn't enough laps left here. I mean, there's only about 3 laps left once we go green again. So, unfortunate ending for Troy's night.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunate. All right, we're going to have 3 to go when we get restarted here. As Tilly is still your race leader, Dykstra in that 2nd position. Randy Shreves is in the 3rd position. Randy Shreves up 13 spots in this one. And he needed a good night, as he's only 1 point back from Clayton Tilly, and he's in that 3rd position. We're getting ready to go green here out turns 4. Tilly is on the throttle. Green flag is out. Does Tilly have anything left in the tank here? Of course, he's been fast all night long. Will he still be fast as Zach Dystra works the top side of the racetrack to try to get a run on the 51? Not going to be able to do it here, as we are going to come to the line with 2 to go. You see Ross Kaiser is now lurking in position here. As Ross Kaiser working with no wing, and he's doing well. He's inside the top 5. He's in that 4th position. But it's all been Clayton Tilly up front. White flag is out onto the speedway. 1 lap around for Tilly. And Zach Dykstra has some company on the way of the 56 of Randy Shreves. That race will be probably a little bit too late for Randy Shreves in this, as the checker flag is out of turns number 4. Clayton Tilly is going to get it done once again. Tilly is your winner. Zach Dykstra in 3rd. And up 13 spots in this one. Randy Shreves comes home in 3rd position.
Kind of crazy. Randy Shreves wasn't the only one on the moves. Sean Stevens finished in that 8th position, was up 12 positions. A lot of big movers tonight.
Absolutely, Byron, you're right. Sean Stevens, he was in that 8th position tonight, so he did move up 12 spots, one away from that 13th spot that Randy Shreves holds. He moved up 13 spots to Randy Shreves. Zach Dykstra moved up 11 spots into that 2nd position. A lot of movers in this. Ross Kaiser, if we wanted to say, he moved up and back and up and back. So Ross Kaiser brings home in 4th, his best finish of the night. 5th was Jason Haynes inside the top 5. Great outing by Jason Haynes, getting in that 5th position. Ben Wharton in the 6th position after involved in an early accident, so he moved up through. Jason Randolph also was involved in an early accident. He gains back into the 7th position. 9th was Kyle Vaughn. 10th, Larry Bell in his first A-main gets a top 10. Tyler Street rebounds also from a wreck. He's in that 11th position. 12th was Brandon Boyles after getting turned there under caution. 13th was Brandon Surratt. 14th was Chris Sine. 15th was Gavin Chatham. 16th was Jeff Claro. 17th was Warren Samoy. 18th with 3 laps down was Steven Vogelsong. 19th was Troy Claro, 4 laps down. 20th was PJ Popham, 4 laps down. And that 21st position belonged to Coulter West, 12 laps down. Step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with interviews.
Each year, legends battle for greatness. All strive to be better than the ones before them. But only one will be victorious. The 61st NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals presented by Casey's. August 10th through August 13th, only at Knoxville Raceway. Get your tickets now at knoxvilleRaceway.com.
All right, welcome back, race fans, and we are got some interviews for you for your top 3 drivers. And we seen a guy that was able to work it through the field, and that was a man of Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves, he was able to just climb through this field, up 13 spots in this, gets the Hard Charger Award, which really helps you out because it gives you a little bit bonus points, and you're only 1 point behind Clayton Tilley coming in tonight. But take us through that race and climbing through that swarm of beasts, because we seen there was a lot of 3 and 4 wide racing in the middle of the pack, and he was able to make it through there and climb up 13 spots.
There was definitely a hornet's nest back there. You definitely had to pick and choose your moves wisely. Try to just stay out of trouble, get up there as clean as possible, which is definitely pretty difficult to do. But yeah, it was kind of just hard to find a line when you're running up in a big pack like that. You just kind of got to just keep yourself out of trouble until you can get clear, and then find yourself a good line and keep running that and keep moving to the front.
So if you had a couple more laps there in that race, maybe 5 more laps, do you think you could have got Dykstra? It did look like you were starting to close.
Yeah, I kind of figured a little something out there at the end. I think I probably could have got him if I had a few more laps. But regardless, it was a good race. I'll take a podium. Congrats to Tilley on another win. Good job, everybody.
Well, congratulations to you on that podium finish. You've got yourself a 1st and a 3rd now on your belts for this season. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Alex Bergeron at ABR Setup Shop, Coulter West at Redline Race Design, One Wish Foundation Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repairs, CD Cinematography, Miller Time for putting on this awesome league, and Dirt Eye TV for the broadcast, and everybody for watching.
All right. Thank you, Randy. Great show by you. We'll see you next week where we travel to Lima Land, where we know you've won there. So good luck whenever you enter in at Lima Land.
All right. Thanks, Ryan.
All right. Your next driver that we're going to talk to is going to be your 2nd place finisher, and that's going to be the way of Zach Dykstra. Zach Dykstra, do you got a copy, sir?
Got it.
Dykstra, you looked really fast. You was able to climb up through the field pretty quick in this and got yourself into second. Just wasn't able to get the speed out of it to catch Clayton Tilley that was running away with the show. But take us through you traveling through the field. As Randy Shreve said, it was a hornet's nest back there. What was it like?
Yeah, he was right. I got my unlucky pill draw number 25, so I shot myself in the foot from the start. So just tried to stay patient, picked them off one by one. And then once I got up to the front there, I had nothing for Tilley. I couldn't get that low line running in 3 and 4 like he could.
So you needed this race. Week 1, week 2 just was not your friend. And you come home with a second place finish. What does that do for the rest of the season?
Yeah, it's a good confidence booster. Kind of like last season, I had terrible luck the first 3-4 races, and then it all came together. So just staying patient, and we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Congratulations on the second place finish. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just thank Hodel Racing and ABR setups for giving us a fast one tonight.
All right, we'll see you next week at Limaland.
Thank you.
All right, your next driver, the winner of tonight. I imagine he's going to have fun talking to me because he told me to pick him last week. I didn't do so, but Clayton Tilley was able to get it done tonight and gets it in victory lane, and probably another dominating performance. Not quite as much as what we've seen at Cedar Lake, but still, he gets it done here. And Tilley, after your heat race, that was a very interesting heat race. It was back and forth, but you showed the strength in the heat race, and then you also showed the strength in the dash for cash. I imagine you felt pretty comfortable coming in tonight's A-Main.
Yeah, after that dash, I knew we could sort of put the car wherever we needed to go, but the top was a bit rougher than I wanted it, so I tried to stay away from there as much as possible and try and stick to that bottom half of the track, and seemed like it come right in at about halfway there, and that was, where I was able to get away with it.
Yeah, so you've seen Zach Dykstra and Randy Shreves move through the pack up 11 and 13 spots by them guys. They said it was like a hornet's nest back there trying to work their way through the pack. And Zach Dykstra made a comment that he drew the 25th pill and he had to do that. Are you excited that maybe there could be that chance where you draw the 25th pill and have to run through the pack? Because I would love to see it.
Yeah, as much as I'm dreading, because I know it's going to happen one of these rounds, I'm kind of looking forward to the challenge of coming through the pack. I think we've proven enough now, starting from the first few rows, and maybe it's time to take it from the back one time and see how we can make our way through. I think on a track like that tonight, it wouldn't have been a problem. I can't say for sure we would have won, but I know we would have been thereabouts in the top sort of 3. So it's just a matter of just seeing how the track goes and making sure it gets slick enough, and then we can do anything with it.
Definitely showing your dominance now as a pro driver in week 2 and week number 3, getting victories, and now going to extend your points lead after doing well in qualifying as well. Randy Shreves, that was 1 point behind you, finishes 3rd and gets the hard charger tonight, so that tight race is still there. But I imagine you feel pretty good coming out of USA here, and now we're about to go to some short track racing again, and that ways of Limaland. So what is Limaland to you?
Definitely one of my weaker tracks. So we'll be putting in a few laps this week, a few more than we have for these 2 past rounds, and hopefully we can get a little bit comfortable and try and do a similar thing to what we've done tonight. Hopefully we can draw a good pill for there, because I'll struggle from the back around that track.
So I imagine some ears just perked up by some of the drivers hearing that that's not one of your stronger tracks. But Tilly, you got it done tonight. You told me to put you in the top 3. Actually told me to put you number 1. I'd get 3 points. Yeah, I didn't do that. And, I just got to learn. I got to learn that maybe you're right. So let me ask you, where am I putting you next week?
Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't confident. Put me number 1.
Okay, I'll put you number 1. We'll see what happens.
I know it's one of my worst tracks, but I don't know. We're on a bit of a streak at the moment, and I don't want that train stopping anytime soon.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the win. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Thank all the boys at Momentum Sim Sport, especially Ross, for actually getting some good points for us tonight. That was a bonus. I thought he was about to stuff it up at the start of that race where he had to go rear of field, but he surprisingly come back through without putting it in the trailer. And then obviously all our sponsors, speedshot51.com, everyone else that chips in over there at Momentum Sim Sports and keeps us running. Yeah, we'll be back.
You're absolutely right about Ross Kaiser. Probably have to go take that thing back to the shop and beat the tar out of it, because he tore it up tonight, but he did get himself inside the top 5. You have to be happy about that. Congratulations once again on your win. We'll see you next week at Limaland.
Thanks, mate. We'll be busy this week getting a new chassis together for him.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You too. Cheers, mate.
All right, that concludes all of your interviews. Your winner, Clayton Tilley, tonight was able to get it done and put it in victory lane here at USA International. We are off to Limaland next week, week number 4. Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time will be the pre-race show. 7 p.m. will be the racing. And you don't want to forget, Saturday, we do have some live coverage also of the All-Star Series that will be at Limaland. Be able to check them out as well at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. From all of us here at USA International and Dirt Eye TV, have a good night.